Good morning. Welcome to Rita's Roost and the Quilted Chicken Farm. I know, I've got two channels. One is a cooking farm channel, and the other one I try to limit to the quilting and sewing. But this is almost kind of bold because I'm making a treat that I'm going to share with my hens that come and sew with me on Wednesdays around here. But I'm here, y'all know, I've been going through these and cooking some of them. And this morning, I picked out this one this morning. Let me move those out of the way. There's a bunch of them in there. I'm going to set them right there for now. And this morning, I'm going to make a sour cream coffee cake. And this recipe was sent to me last year by Ann Henderson of Maxfield, Maine, where she's from. And she made a little note here. She says, this cake I have made for 60 years. So we know this is going to be a good one. And I'm going to try to do it justice. So let's get started on our sour cream coffee cake sent to us by Ann. Where do I want to start? I think I'm going to start by mixing up a little topping that we're going to use. We're going to take a half a cup of brown sugar. Get in there. Move that out of the way. A teaspoon of cinnamon. We love cinnamon, don't we? And then some pecans. How do you say that? Pecans? Pecans? I don't know. It calls for half a cup. And that's what's left in this little bag. These pecans come from, they're locally grown Papa's pecans, nut and better, Blackwell, Arkansas. And I had been buying several pounds of them, but I hadn't this year. These have been left from last year. Let's just kind of mix that up just a little bit. Could have used something different. I'm mixing it with my little measuring spoon here because we'll set that aside. And when we get this cake made, it'll be the topping or maybe in the middle of it. We've got to see. I hadn't made Ann's recipe before, but I know it's going to be good. There, we may stir that again when we get ready to use it. Let's put it right there. Don't let me lose it. I'll put it right there. Now we'll go on to this cake part. We're going to do a half a stick of softened butter. Let me get my pocket hung. Well, now my apron come untied. Let me fix it. Losing my clothes here. Hung on the drawer handle. I almost don't need drawer handles here because they get in my way. Alright, I'm ready now. That butter, I wanted to get that butter off there, so I was reaching over there to grab a spatula and I caught myself. There's that. I lay it right there. I'm going to use some of my new casserole dishes there, and we're going to have a cup of sugar. And we're going to put 2 eggs. When I was putting these eggs over here a minute ago, I was thinking, you know, when you're baking with kids, don't you kind of love it when you're teaching them how to crack eggs? I think that's just kind of fun. They'll either not break it enough or they'll break it too much. 2 eggs. All right, I'm going to scoot that out of the way. Now, I've got this little handheld mixer, and we're going to... well, I kind of shouldn't put the eggs in there yet, but I did. We're gonna beat that. Hope I didn't mess it up by adding the eggs too quick. I should have creamed the butter in the sugar first, and then added the eggs. But I didn't read the directions right. Working this hard, aren't I? Maybe it'll be okay. of you, I'm going to wave to some of you as you're watching this. You know who you are. Y'all know who Sue waves at me and Marilyn waves at me sometimes on the live streams that I do. Alrighty. Let me see what else we're going to add. Let's see. My husband's leaving. I told him I was fixing to make a video. Alright, we're going to add sour cream and vanilla. Get my big bottle of vanilla, and I'll measure it again, that little cap. And let me see. I'm going to measure the sour cream and try to be a little bit more accurate than what I am. Sometimes I'm not real accurate. It wants a cup. Something's smelling good. That vanilla's smelling good. But I also did something different. I used my vanilla sugar. So I'm getting a whiff of vanilla. It's smelling good. Alright, got that. We're going to put that in there. Whoop. Now we're going to blend that, and then we'll get our flour ready, our flour, baking powder, and salt. Soda. Gotta get some soda out there. That's a pretty batter. Really is. I'm gonna scoot that right there while I get this stuff. Let me find that soda. Because y'all know me. I'd never put anything back in the same place twice. And two cups of, well, it says 2 cups of unsifted Pillsbury, but I'm not sure what brand that is. We'll put, there's 1 cup. I can hear messages coming across on the computer. Did you hear that bling, bling? I did. I heard it. We want a teaspoon of baking powder. One teaspoon of baking soda. And 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt. Is that 1/4? I believe that's 1/4. The measurements are worn off of it. Sometimes I just measure in my hand though. Alright, we're just gonna kind of stir that up a little bit. Now when we add the flour, we're just gonna stir it. Let me see. Stir just until well mixed and place half of the batter in a greased butt or tube pan. Combine, but I'm using this dish over here. I'm not using I'm going to use, before I do that, I'm going to get this pan ready. This is what I'm using. This is what the kids gave me for my birthday the other day. So that's what I'm cooking mine in. Baking mine in. Let me see. I'm gonna, I don't know what I'm gonna do I? I'm just gonna spray it real good with this. Spray it just pretty good. You know, if I ever get that Pam used up, I don't think I'm going to buy that again. I'm not really so sure it's real good for us. You know? What do you guys think? All right. It says just stir it until it's blended. Might need a bigger spoon. I've just got a little bitty spatula here. Use my... Got to get the flour blended, don't I? But it says not to over stir it. That looks pretty good. Alrighty. Put about half of it. Yeah. I'm gonna get a bigger one. Not gonna catch myself on the doorknobs this time. Drawer knobs. Well, let's spread it out here. Let me figure out how I want to do that. I bet it all works out. And put a little bit more because I know I want it to cover the bottom. All right, Rita. Well, I guess, you know what? I'm going to not follow Ann's directions completely. And I'm going to put it on there and just sprinkle that stuff on the top. I was going to put a layer in there, but I think I'm just going to do different. Get it pushed to the corners. I think I'm liking that better. Don't y'all think? You like that better? Let's get all of it in there that we can, though. Now, let's see. Let's get this. Now, I was going to put that between, but I couldn't make it work. So, I'm just going to put this on the top. Well, I guess I could mix up another batter and put on top, but I didn't. That's what mine's going to be like. I'm going to put that in the oven and I'm going to bake it for 30 minutes. So let me pause you and then we'll come back and look at it in 30 minutes. I'm back. I got Ann's cake out of the oven. Man, it sure does look good. Got me caught in what? Sour cream coffee cake. And I've even got my coffee to go with it in this cup that Cheryl sent me. My cup says, y'all, I've showed it to you before, to stash or not to stash? That is the question. Y'all need to stash. You need to get some stash fabric from my quilt store up there. Pull my sleeves up. While this was a bacon, though, I found another recipe I tried. So this is a 1 cup microwave apple crisp from Manila. Manila Perry sent that, and I've not seen Manila in my comments or in my chats lately. Manella, you still watch every now and then? But this was good too. I'll have to do a separate video on that. Anyway, I've already ate a piece or two of that apple. It was good. It's got the brown sugar and the butter and the flour, and I just put it in the microwave for 2.5 minutes, and that's some good stuff. I'm going to eat that too. But right now, I really ought to save this for my gals that's coming tomorrow. But I like the corner pieces, so I'll just cut a little piece out of the corner and try it just to make sure it's going to be good. I wouldn't want to take them anything to share with my friends if it wasn't good. Would you? I know. But since I'm making a video, I'm going to get just a little bite. See if I can get that out there. It's still pretty warm. It hadn't been out of the oven very long. Well, it cut pretty. The texture's pretty. It's still pretty hot. Let me just take another sip or two of coffee while that cools. Let's see, and I'll get my fork here out of my apples. Ooh, that would be good with them apples too, wouldn't it? I've just been a busy little bee this morning, hadn't I? I'm gonna eat some of it, but I don't want to burn myself. Good. Talking with my mouth full again. And those apples, I'm telling you, I'll have to do a video on that little apple thing too. Because sometimes if you're like me, you just want to make just a little bit of stuff and you don't want to make, it's just you and maybe just you or just you and your husband. And both of them, the apples and the sour cream coffee cake, are both delicious. Hey, I'm not going to leave that. I'm going to eat it. I did good. Give me a thumbs up. And if you do like my videos, subscribe to them. Alright. Let me wash this down. Y'all know me. I could just stand here and eat and eat and eat and eat too much. I love y'all. I'm waving to you. Waving you out of here while I reach over here and stop this video. Bye for now. See y'all later. Thank you, Ann, for this wonderful recipe. And I've shared it now with everybody. And Ann says she's made this cake for 60 years. Now I know why. Because it's a good one and it's a keeper.